I tend to get like sort of emotional when I'm hungover, like sad almost. And I saw something that day, a couple of things that just were like making me sad, and I got this super strong feeling of like despair about where we are in society. And I believe social media, as great as it is, and you know, it's my birthplace, my home, amplifies a lot of the problems that we have, which isn't great. And I'm very strongly yearning for the day where these platforms really do make us feel connected, instead of like constant wars, clicks, virality that tends to stem from negativity, pessimism.
Is that just human nature though, to form tribes and cliques?
I want to be optimistic and say, oh, hold up. Yes. But why did they have to be rooted in, like I said, negativity?
It can always be positivity, but I mean, it's just like people find like people.
And
some are more outspoken than others.
I'm disappointed that most people, the like people that find like people, most people have a problem with themselves, and they take it out.
I also feel like a lot of the people that are out making positive change in the world and doing things that make them truly happy,
like Boy and Slat,
aren't spending their days in like long form Twitter rants. They're out making change. You know what I'm saying? Like
they have work to do.
It's almost like a proximity and like a relevancy conversation as it pertains to why we see so much negative shit. Because the people that are doing truly positive shit, helping people, aren't tweeting and aren't fucking posting Instagram photos of them standing with their ass out in front of a bathtub in Mykonos.
Those people can still be doing positive things.
They're doing shit. Like social media is a great place for the negative people to turn to, because it's already such a breeding ground for negativity.
People like to complain. Like, we know this, but I have a question. Logan, does this make you mad?
What?
Just like talking all this negativity on the internet. We talked about this.
Not mad. Like I said, a very strong feeling of despair, of like hopelessness almost.
And what about you?
And what amplified that for me? Because I saw some sad shit that day. There was a young man who came up to me in the airport. He wheeled his wheelchair up to me. Dude had the fucking best energy. He's just like, mate, he was from the UK. He's like, I'm a big fan. My girlfriend's a big fan. Would you mind making a video for her? Her name's Tully. So I made a video for him. We just talked in the airport, had a brief conversation, and this dude smiled at me, just like lit me up. Get on the plane. As I'm deboarding the plane, I see him. Fuck. I'm gonna get emotional actually talking about this. Fuck.
Yeah. There's always a Paul brother crying on this show. It's every episode.
Let the man weep.
Oh no, I love seeing it. I didn't even think he had feelings. This is great.
So I'm getting off the plane and I see this dude seated towards the front of the plane as everyone's deboarding. And he's waiting there, and I was like, hey man, he goes, thanks again, Logan, I appreciate it. I go, bro, like, have a good day. Yeah, it's my pleasure. And I walk past him and I realize he's waiting for the entire plane to deboard before he gets in his wheelchair and then leaves the plane. And like, that made me realize, like, you don't even think about or understand the problems that people are having, and putting your life into perspective. Like I got so much like empathy and respect for him and the way he moves about his life, and still having like an energy that he had. And it just, like a real sense of like existential, hopelessness stem from like all this shit. I'm like, I'm crying about it, but, yeah, man.
Do you want to know why he's so happy? By the way, he's a perspective expert. When I was in New York City last week with Lana, we went for a quick night. She got done with what she was doing at her job. Whatever, she did some feature. And it was 3:30 in the morning. We walked over to Joe's Pizza. We were walking in. Probably about the same age as that guy, same kind of build, white guy in a wheelchair. Except he wasn't waiting for everyone to deboard a plane. He was sitting outside Joe's Pizza in 26-degree weather with a sheet over him, shooting heroin into his foot. Same. So like it's just a perspective thing. Like that guy Logan made that video for, he knows that someone somewhere is suffering immensely worse than he is. And so it's, but yeah, I mean, I saw the effect that it had on him because
well, it's just like, yo, if he is moving about his life with the positivity that he has, what the fuck am I gonna complain about? Some petty bullshit. Like, yo, shut the fuck up, dude. People are always whining about something, and it can get so much worse. Like, please just check yourself. Check yourself before you whine about something, because there are people like with legitimate problems out there, people who are legitimately struggling with something, and to see just like a lot of these just babies, bro, snags on Twitter, just saying shit about snags, bro, sensitive new age guy, complaining about something. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I just started getting super into my feelings about
definitely
it.
jazz up. So, Mike, to you, does the snag movement, does this like negative, always being toxic type stuff, does that make you mad, Mike?
Nothing really makes me mad, because what I've realized over the past like few months is that there kind of is almost an equal weight, especially for celebs or influencers, of negative and positive messaging. When I go through my messages, there's like, aren't you 35? I think to myself, I'm like, aren't you 9? Like, what, are we just telling each other what ages we are right now? What the fuck is going on right now? For every one of those, like, you're fucking a porn star. Okay, I know that. Like, what are you doing? And for every one of those, there's, hey, I'll get a message. Hey, I was very seriously considering hurting myself in the past week. Upon watching your videos and knowing that you made it out of whatever funk you were in your life, I did not do that. I'm in Ohio. I've been abusing heroin for the past 8 years. Knowing that you walked away from that makes me not want to do heroin anymore. So like, do I get affected when somebody's like, you're like the same age as my father? Nah, not really.
Okay,
nah,
great.
I'm kind of chilling, bro.